Tyler Jones here with you, the somewhat capable host here on Seattle Seahawks Today, as we have some roster updates to get to for your Seattle Seahawks, which include a new signing, offensive lineman Maxpercher, as well as the retirement of running back Bryant Koback. We'll tell you about all that and the implications for generations to come here on this edition of Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Glad to have you with us as I make my return from vacation. The draft coming up in just a couple of weeks. Do you guys want more videos? Do you want us to crank things up a notch? If you do, I need you to like today's video. If we can get 500 likes on today's video, then we're going to bring you 2 videos on the channel tomorrow. Can we make that happen? Let's prove it. Like the video, we'll bring you 2 shows and our live show here on Seahawks Day, and we'll get started with today's show. Maxpercher headed to the Seattle Seahawks in a very interesting signing for the Seahawks as they get help on the offensive line with this move, and they bring in a player that has quite the history, a well-traveled man with a passport and all. Let's tell you more about Maxpercher, undrafted in 2021 out of Italy, where he began his professional football career playing in Germany and Austria. He was a part of the NFL's International Player Pathway Program as he began his time in the NFL with the Lions and then was most recently with the Rams. So a success story in itself, just the fact that he has made it to the National Football League, a part of that International Player Pathway Program. It's always cool to see when these signings come aboard. People love that story when you can bring in a player from overseas to play American football and live out the American dream, right? Not a huge signing, if we're going to be honest. When you look at the numbers and the snaps and all that, there just isn't a ton of experience for Maxpercher. But as I was diagnosing and looking to get to know Pircher more, it's fascinating. This is a big dude, okay? He is 6'8", 325 pounds, a massive human being. And although we expect this to be just another body, if you will, a camp body of sorts, the Seahawks, it's no secret, need help on the offensive line. So I welcome the idea of bringing him in and seeing what he can do, providing, some much-needed depth to that position, and let's see how these guys can compete at this point. Here's the offensive depth chart on the O-line for the Seahawks right now. As you can see, Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas still holding things down as your starting tackles there. And then, of course, the young fellas in the interior. And you can see that other than George Fant, it's pretty competitive when it comes down to getting playing time. Nothing is set in stone. You better believe George Fant is going to play a lot this upcoming season as your swing tackle. But everything else is up for grabs, and there's a chance for Pircher to compete right away with these guys here that are trying to make the roster at this point. The offseason program began on Monday, so it's no surprise that the Seahawks are trying to find more bodies and see what they can do here. Now, I would expect even some more moves to come over the next couple of days to see how things ultimately shake out. How would you grade the signing of Maxpercher by the Seattle Seahawks? A, B, C, D, or F? I like the story here. It's a camp body. It's not going to cost you a ton. Hard to hate it. I'm not giving this anything less than a C+ personally. What's your grade? Let us know in the comments section below. Today's show, we are offering Seahawks hats on sale now at chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. And I got a deal for the folks out there. Okay? Listen very carefully, folks. For a limited time, we have free shipping on these Seahawks hats. Not just the ones that you are seeing on your screen, but there are plenty more to choose from as well at chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. So, what are you waiting for? Go get yourself a Seahawk hat. Take advantage of the free shipping as well. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hats to get yours today. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. The Seahawks placed running back Bryant Koback on the reserve/retired list today, as he calls it a career. And if you didn't know Bryant Koback, the thing that stood out to me was what he did in the preseason and training camp. He was a pretty valuable piece, a valuable body to have around the program the last couple of seasons. He was undrafted in 2022 out of Holy Toledo. And he's been an offseason and practice squad player for the Seahawks, was with the Eagles and the Vikings. And, I mean, he's got talent. It's a guy that was an all-conference player back in college at Toledo, first-team all-MAC selection. So the Seahawks knew that he had some potential of sorts. Ultimately, it just didn't work out. Best of luck to Koback. I'm a bit surprised to see this, to see him retire. Maybe he has some other things shaping out, some stuff in mind. I don't know. I'm a bit surprised by this news. But now, where this goes for the Seahawks, did you know, right now, they only have 3 running backs on the roster at the moment. Let's show you the running back room. This is it right now, folks. Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, Kenny McIntosh. That's it. I expect that to change at some point. Don't know exactly when, but this is all you have at the moment. And so with that said, who is going to be the guy to watch out for? Kenny McIntosh. More on him in just a second. We'll talk Kenny McIntosh in a bit. But first, I want to make sure you're subscribed to Seattle Seahawks Today. Even when I was out on vacation, we still brought you a video every single day here on Seahawks Today. And we're not slowing down. We're cranking it up several notches here on the channel for the latest happenings on your favorite team all off-season long. Subscribe now. Join us for our live shows every Wednesday. We're going to be live for the NFL Draft here in a couple weeks as well. We are your Seahawks off-season headquarters. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. Doesn't cost you a thing. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV. Now, I got to tell you, it's time to watch out for Kenny McIntosh. This is a golden opportunity for the former 7th-round pick out of Georgia to really step in and find a role in this Seahawks offense. It's a big opportunity for him. We didn't see much of Kenny McIntosh in 2023. He played in just 3 games with 13 snaps on the special teams unit. Did not have a single snap on offense last year for the Seattle Seahawks. But now with DJ Dallas gone, with Bryant Koback gone, it is clear Kenny McIntosh is that number 3 back for the Seahawks and is in position to potentially be your 3rd down back of sorts, if you will, for Seattle. And we know he's a good pass catcher, adds that element to the offense. I would like to see more Kenny McIntosh, and I think you will. Pete Carroll was a big fan of Kenny McIntosh. Our old friend Pete had this to say a while back about Kenny McIntosh. He's got really good versatility in his catching ability in the throwing game. He's a scat back. Got good quicks, good change of direction, good movement and stuff. We're really excited about the prospects of Kenny getting some shots. If that happens, we'll count on him to fill that role for us. And ultimately, it didn't happen this year, but I believe in Kenny McIntosh that he's going to be a nice fit for this Seahawks team, and we're going to see a really good run game in 2024. Do you believe in Kenny McIntosh? Be honest with me, folks. What do you think? Why for yes and for no? Tell me if you believe in Kenny McIntosh or not. If you enjoyed this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today, me making my triumphant return to the program, like the video. All likes matter here on Seahawks Today. And if we get 500, we'll bring you 2 videos tomorrow. So that's what I call a deal around here. Let's make a deal right now. Like the video. We certainly appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Glad to be back here on Seahawks Today. We'll see you tomorrow.